大家好 Welcome back to Edupedia World Videos. We are now at lesson 12, where we'll talk about adjectives. So today's lesson is about adjectives. So we are going to talk about the grammar related to adjectives. If you don't know or get confused, adjectives, they are the words to describe nouns. Okay, for example, blue, red, any color, and also to describe something that's pretty or ugly. And sometimes it's also related to yourself, whether you're hungry and you're full. These are all adjectives. When we are describing things, of course, there is degree or the intensity of the description. For example, you can say she's beautiful, she's very beautiful, she's extremely beautiful. So these are the different degree of the adjective. And you can also do comparison when it comes to adjectives. So for example, he's good, he's better, or he's the best. So in this lesson, I'm going to cover them all. Okay? So the first sample sentence I have for you is, This is a blue pen. 这是一支蓝色的笔. So the two new words for you in this sample sentence is just 蓝色, which means blue. Okay, so you have learned 这是一支笔 is this is a pen, but when you want to say this is a blue pen, you have to add 蓝色的. And you have already know the word 的, but this 的, it is used to connect adjective and also noun. So that's why it is appearing there. So now I'm going to introduce you the individual words that you don't know. Okay, first up is 蓝. 蓝 means blue. This is the pinyin, and then the radical is what's on the top. The arrangement is vertical because you have top and bottom part. Okay, this is how to write 蓝. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. 13 strokes for this word 蓝. The next one is 色. 色 means color. This is the pinyin. This is the radical, and the radical is itself. So the arrangement is naturally simple. This is how to write 色. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so whenever you want to say blue, we usually say with the color. Okay, we don't omit the word 色 when we are saying a color. Okay, so I'll show you the next example to illustrate it further. But for this sentence, please bear in mind that when you want to say an adjective and followed by a noun like blue pen, you have to add 的 in between, because that is the word that's connecting adjectives and nouns. Next, this book is red in color. Okay, in Mandarin it is 这本书是红色的. Okay, so the new word here is 红, which means red. I'll explain the grammar structure later, but now let's look at the new word. So 红 means red. The pinyin 红, radical is what's on the left here, so the arrangement is horizontal. So this is how to write 红. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, 6 stroke for 红. Okay, so for this sample sentence, you can see that we are using 的 at the end of the sentence is because when you are saying this book is red in color, it cannot end with just an adjective. But to say that 这本书是红色的书 is like redundant because you're referring to this book already. So we'll just omit what's at the end there. So instead of saying 这本书是红色的书, you just say 这本书是红色的. So this whole sentence is like to try to tell you that this book is red book. Okay, next one. His sister is very pretty. In Mandarin, it is 她的姐姐很漂亮. Okay, so there are only two words that you don't know, are the final two words. So 漂, it has many meanings depending on the context. So I'm not gonna put any meaning here, so you won't get confused. So 漂, this is the pinyin, and the radical is what's on the left here. So the arrangement is horizontal. Okay, so here's how to write 漂. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. 14 strokes for this word 漂. Okay, and for 亮, it can mean like shiny, but of course when you say pretty as 漂亮, it has nothing to do with that, but in individual word it can have that meaning. Okay, so this is the pinyin, and the radical, it's what's on the top there. The arrangement is simple. So this is how to write 亮. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, 亮. So you have already known how to say very. It is 很. And of course you can see whenever we want to describe an object, we don't put verb to be in between. So instead of 她的姐姐是很漂亮, you just say 她的姐姐很漂亮. His sister, very pretty. Okay? 是 is only to indicate that this object is something. And if you want to add a description, you have to add 的 in front of the object. Okay, while the object can be omitted if it's understood. Okay, next it's I'm not hungry, and in Mandarin it is 我不饿. And if you want to say I am hungry, it is 我很饿. Okay, so the only word that you don't know is 饿. 饿 means hungry. This is the pinyin, and the radical, it's what's on the left here. So the arrangement is horizontal. So here's how to write 饿. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So this word should be very familiar to you because you have known the left and right component. If you notice, the right component means I or me, 我. Okay, and if you look at this radical here, this is related to food. So hungry, it means that you need food, so it is used in this word. Okay, next one, another way to indicate degree. The sample sentence I have here is she's 10 out of 10 happy, but of course this is just a translation of the Mandarin sentence, which is 她10分 高兴. Okay, 十分 means like 10 out of 10, and you have known these two individual words. So 十 means 10, if you can still remember, and 分 means minutes, but in here it can also means mark or portion. But when you say 十分, it's like 10 out of 10, like 10 marks on a scale of 10. Okay, the only word that you don't know is sing. Okay, and sing, it has quite a lot of meaning depending on the context again, so I'm not putting any meaning here. So this is the pinyin, sing, and the radical is what's on the bottom actually, and the arrangement is simple. So here's how to write sing. 一二三四五六. Okay, 6 strokes for this word, sing. And 高兴 means happy. Okay, and 高 you have learned already, it means high or tall. When it's used in this context, is to indicate that you are in a excited, in a happy mood. Okay, in a high spirit. Okay, next one, the sample sentence I have here is he has tons of money. To make it into a Chinese Mandarin sentence, it is 他有非常多的钱. Okay, previously you have learned 很多 is very many, which is like a lot, but to say 非常多 is like having a lot more than a lot. So in English translation, I'm just putting there tons, okay, to indicate that's more than a lot. So the only two words that you don't know is the meaning that more than a lot there. 非常. 非 means not. I will tell you why to say like more than a lot we use this word, but for now just bear with me that it means not. Okay, for 非. This is the pinyin and the radical is itself, and the arrangement is simple. So here's how to write 非. 一二三四五六七八. So you can imagine this word is like something slashing in between these 3 strokes here. Like you can imagine that slashing is to mean that it is not that one. Okay, so hope that can help you better memorize this word. 非常 here means normal or ordinary. So to say 非常 is like out of the ordinary or extraordinary. That's why 非常 means extraordinary here. Okay, so in the original sentence, 非常多 is like extraordinarily many, so it's like more than a lot, very much. And you can just say like super, because Superman is extraordinary, so you can use this word to indicate the degree of the adjectives. Okay, so 长, back to this new word again. This is the pinyin, and the radical is what's on the bottom there. The arrangement is vertical. Okay, so here's how to write 长. 一二三四五六七八九十11. 11 strokes. Next one is about comparison. So to say he is better than her, you can say 他比她好. Of course, when you speak it out, you can't really differentiate which one is his or her, but when you are speaking about it within a context, you should make the other person understood that which 他 are you talking about. So 比 is to give the adjective the comparative form, Like for example, better is the comparative form of good. So 比 can means in comparison. This is the pinyin and this is the radical, and the arrangement is simple. So this is how to write 比 1 2 3 4, just 4 strokes for this one, 比. So it may look confusing to you because why nouns are placed in that way. It's because 比 is like a verb. So you are saying that when he is compared with her, he is better. This is the way that we organize adjectives. So whenever you are encountering this grammar structure, just substitute he and her and also the adjectives you want to make it the sentence you want to express. Okay? So next one is just a simpler one. He is better. 他比较好. So 较 is also means comparison. This is the pinyin and the radical is this one, what's on the left here. The arrangement is horizontal because again you have left and right components. So this is how to write 较. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 10 strokes for this one. 较. So 比较 is again a verb. So it gives the adjective that follows a comparative form. Okay, just like what you have learned in the previous slide. So he is better without the compared object. You have to say 他比较好. The last one is the superlative form. He is the best. 他最好. Okay, this one should be simple enough. 最 means the most. This is the pinyin and the radical is what's on the top there. So the arrangement is vertical. So here's how to write 最. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. 12 strokes for this one. Okay, 他最好, he is the best. As you can see that we don't put the verb to be, is, are, or am in the case of I into the phrase. We don't say 他是很好. It doesn't make sense. We don't need the verb to be when we're describing the subject. Okay, so it applies to the comparative and superlative form as well. So in this final slide here, I just want you to learn how to ask how. Since you have learned a number of adjectives, it's time to ask how people think of certain things. So this is my intention of teaching you how to say how in Mandarin. So the sample sentence I have here is, how is this book? In Mandarin, it is 这本书怎么样? Okay, and previously you have learned 怎么 as how, but that how is to ask for direction. But this how is asking for description, how the other person think of something. Okay? To ask about how you feel about certain things, you ask 怎么样. Okay? So the answer can be 这本书很好看，这本书不好看 for example. So that is why the question word how 怎么样 is placed at the back. It's because the question word always replaces where the answer is. Okay? The only word that you don't know is the final word there, yang. Okay? So yang, it has the meaning of the shape or face of one thing. This is the pinyin, and the radical is what's on the left there. So the arrangement is horizontal because you have left and right component with the left component as the radical. Okay, so here's how to write yang. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10. 10 strokes for this word. Okay, so here are all the words that you have learned for this lesson. So it is quite a lot to digest because you have learned adjectives, degree, like very, super, and also 10 out of 10. You have learned comparisons, the words that denote the superlative and the comparative form of the adjectives. And finally, you have learned how to ask how, to ask about what other people think of certain things. Okay? Next one is gonna be about other grammar structures before we move to the types of topic. So by then, when you finish the next lesson, I will begin to expand your vocabulary, because other than the grammar structures that I've shown you, the other types are quite rare. So we'll learn along the way as we expand our vocabulary. So next lesson will be like the last lesson you will do for understanding grammar structures and types of words that we have in Chinese. And then on, you'll learn Chinese in a more natural way, which is through dialogues. So hope you get excited for the next lesson. And again, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. 谢谢，再见。